Good evening. This session, good evening. This session is brought to you by Improv. Yes, and today we have Damien absent as last time our group has abandoned him. We had a solo session on Tuesday. If you didn't tune in for that, wow, you missed something, let me tell you. But let's get this session started. Damien did die, and it is really sad. As always, we're gonna get started with getting you guys into character, and then we'll go into our recap. Starting at the top, Christian,
Yes.
can you roll a D100 for me?
41.
41. Okay. Christian, when was a moment when you felt truly afraid?
See,
Don't think too hard.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You can all see the smoke.
No. I'm trying to think if Christian would have been truly afraid of anything.
What about when he got his first vision?
I don't think so. I think he is the type of person to accept things as they are and like roll with punches.
Okay.
Because like he's normally the one out there doing things.
Okay.
Want me to roll again, or because I feel like that was a cop-out answer.
We will come back to you.
Okay.
Alan, can you roll a D100?
Come on. 20.
20. Interesting. Describe your character's personal hell.
Personal hell. Huh.
Listen, I can't help that you guys are rolling good tonight. If you need time to think, I can move on.
I do need time for that one. Yeah.
Chastity, roll a D100.
78.
78? What friend do you miss?
I feel like there's a very obvious answer. Speaks the bookmark in the poetry book.
The pen pal.
I don't know. Maybe.
Christian.
I miss Christian. He's right here.
Oh, shut the fuck
No,
up.
he's not.
No, he's not.
That's not Christian.
Chastity misses Christian. Good answer. Sybil, roll a D100.
An 86. Oh no, 89, sorry.
Thank goodness. Okay. What was your what Sybil, what was your darkest moment?
Oh, go ahead.
I feel like three of us rolled some really intense questions.
Yeah.
And then there's Chastity.
And Chastity's just, what friend do you miss?
The only one she had.
Joke's on you. I am the nightmare.
Honestly, yeah, probably the darkest moment would be when she saw everybody's bodies, dead bodies in the truck. The truck, the van.
Yeah, I really did that to you. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, existential dread. Got it. Back to Alan. What is your personal hell?
Alan's personal hell. Personal hell is not like something that they've experienced, right? Is it just like
No, it could literally be like, what would hell look like for Alan? It doesn't have to be something that actually happened.
I think his personal hell, especially with current situation, would probably be if something like really bad happened to the people that he knew and met, or if they were to just be taken away or vanish.
Mm.
And all of a sudden that like those people that he had known or new people that he has gotten to know and started to grow like some kind of friendship or some form of relationship with them
Mm.
were to just no longer be there. And he would probably be scared and maybe a little bit lost.
That's a good answer.
I was going to do it
Back-
in character, but I really had to think like as
No, that's
myself
okay.
with that because I was having trouble.
That's still a good answer, though. Back to Christian. I'm going to ask you a different question if you'd like.
Yeah, do you want me to roll or you got one?
I just scrolled and landed, and I actually really like the one that I picked.
Alright.
What memory keeps Christian awake at night?
After being transported to this world, probably painting with his sister. I think he misses that
Aw,
ever so slightly, yeah.
aw, wow, a glimmer of emotion from Christian. I am going to say that, like, I seriously love that everybody got really, really good questions and Chastity didn't. Even though it was like secretly a deep question, I feel like there's so many other good ones on here. Would you want to re-roll, Gabby?
I would be happy to. Watch, it'll be like, what's your favorite color? There you go. Oh, somebody rolled this. It was 20. Do you want me to re-roll it?
If you'd like, but also it would be,
That's the
your answer would
personal
still be
hell
different.
question.
Yeah.
The personal health question? Okay, I can answer that. Unfortunately, I am out of character, so I'm just going to answer on Chastity's behalf.
Yeah.
I think her personal hell is like a very nice kitchen with really nice appliances and nobody there and no way out.
Wow. Damn. The layers there. Ooh,
Honestly,
okay.
I think that was a pretty good answer.
That
on
was.
her way to get her MRS degree. So, let's get back into it. We have so much that's going on. Who wants to actually, Sybil, you were there during Damien's stream.
Shoot.
You're going to recap. It doesn't have to be of Damien's stream,
I was
but
about to
you're
say,
going
is
to
she
recap.
recapping a Damien stream?
No.
Okay, let me get my notes. So we start out with me. I meet up with my Fae Patreon finally, and I learn his name, Basilian. We just.
What a stupid name.
I keep wanting to say it's Basilius, but it's not. It's stupid. We basically just like talk more. He tries to kidnap me, but it's no big deal. While that's going on, Damien like keeps like shopping around, but he eventually enters into a magic fight without reading the rules and anything. Alan, Chastity, and Christian are in the library still. They meet Professor Kieran, who is a history professor, I think.
Mhm.
Chastity has the hots for him very, very much. Literally.
Thanks.
That whole group goes to the match to go in the seats in the bleachers, and they meet up with Damien.
Mhm.
I'm still talking to my Fae Patreon, but looks like I kind of deal with it. Sorry, Patreon.
Oh, the lecture artist.
We don't have that yet.
Yeah,
don't-
just say drop in the chat if we should open a Patreon.
I don't know if that's in the plans in the near future, but
Nah. Farther out.
Well-
Anyway.
Yes. Anyway, I'm still talking with Basilius. Oh my god. I can't get his name right. Basilian. He teleports me to the match, and we all watch Damien basically decimate and kill all the opponents.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
eventually he has to face Professor Kieran, who one-shots him basically,
Yeah, he did.
which Damien got really, really sour over. But he just goes off to the bar to like drink his way in booze.
Yeah, pretty much. Didn't even get laid. Poor guy.
Honestly. So basically, we all just find rooms for the night. I do remember there was a little altercation with Teacup. How he went, they want to go find Damien, kind of console him, which kind of blows up in Damien's face because he meets up with Kieran again, who just like has another spat with him. And while they're talking, Teacup spills the beans on Sybil and Basilian, and like the whole nature of warlocks itself, which Damien gets suspicious of. So when he comes back to the inn, he kind of confronts Sybil, me, and he accuses me of making a deal that we all come to this world when that's not the truth. I tell him I did it to save all of us because you got us into a car crash. And it's where we kind of go from there. We head out of this godforsaken town, and Damien meets up with a lion pride, and he tries to stays there to find himself. And we just head on.
Okay.
also everybody say hi to Alex in the chat.
Yo, can we
Let's say
ban
hi,
that guy?
Alex. Damn. Get rid of this bot.
Ban.
Nah. Anyway, hi, Alex. Sorry you can't be here, but thank you for tuning in. We don't miss you.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We miss you. We miss you very much. We'll see you soon. Have a safe trip. No. Okay.
We don't have any money.
We don't have money. Please. Okay. So you guys went to that farming tribe. Where we ended off, at least for the majority of the group, you guys finished off at a feast where three gentlemen, who seem to know the chieftain, have come apart to be a part of this party. Where we begin, it is the following day. You guys are packing up and getting ready to leave Damien to whatever training he is about to undergo. You guys are routing your course to make your way to Rovinia when one of the human-looking men from last night approaches your cart. This is the one that is, he has shorter hair, looks a little more rugged, but doesn't have like the full crazy armor like the other guy does. Good morning. Well met.
This is not the bamboo hat guy, right?
No. If you let me send
I scrolled up in
Yeah, I scrolled up.
the thing.
Okay, perfect. It is, let me scroll up as well. It's the very last one, the guy with like the bird on his shoulder.
Okay.
So this is the guy that approaches you. He says, "Good morning. Well met."
Sybil just looks him up and down. It's like, well, hi.
Good morning.
Morning.
I know we only half met last night at the chieftain's bonfire. But I couldn't help but notice you're leaving one of your own behind.
Yes, he has decided he wants to train with this tribe for a bit. I gave him a copy of our map. He's gonna be meeting back up shortly.
Interesting. And I overheard you guys are headed to Rovinia capital, is that right?
That would be correct.
He starts kind of like looking around. He's pretty calm, but you can tell he's alert. And he says, would would you guys say you trust this tribe with your friend?
Not sure if it would be I trust the tribe, but I do have faith in Damien.
He nods and he looks to the rest of you as well, to see if you guys kind of share a similar sentiment.
Damien's not one to be talked out of anything, really. So
Okay, understood. Well, this might be strange to ask, since we pretty much do not know each other. Do you mind if I ask for a favor?
What kind of favor are we talking?
If I could veer you off course to deliver an important message.
What kind of
Would
message?
there's a contact in this city called Ashido that I need to reach. That message needs to be passed along to someone much higher up, but it's unsafe to reach that person directly. I'm trying to get a message to the High Wizard of the Rovinia capital. But I cannot seek him out directly due to some tensions going on in the city at the moment. But he has a trusted colleague in Ashido.
I'm sorry to be blunt, but we don't even know your name.
Right.
I
You
was about to
you
ask the same thing.
you can call me Matthias.
Can you spell that?
Mattius. My friends called me Maddie.
So, Matthias, what? You said you and your friends can't do it yourself because of whatever reason, right?
Sure.
What's in it for us?
You would gain favor with a rather important person.
And how
If
is it
that's
that we would be able to complete this when you can't?
well, you would be going to the contact, not directly to. I would be recognized. I would be recognized if I went to the city or anywhere super populated for that matter. I'm trying to take as little risk as possible.
And who are you to be recognized by someone of evil?
I mean, I'm sure you'd like to know, but I hope you understand why I'm trying to be a little bit more selective with the information I give.
I'm just gonna look around at our party to see a drow, a tiefling, a Yanti, and be like, yeah, just in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, this is very not suspicious of a party to ask.
Yeah.
We're so normal. What could you possibly need?
Want any more diversity in the party? Only thing we're missing is Damien. If I was
Yeah.
missing, perfect.
So, Sybil, how do you take that answer?
She'll just like scoff and like,
You could roll a persuasion check if you'd like.
yeah, why not? I'm pretty persuasive. $16.
So you see him get a little bit more nervous, and he just sighs, and he says, "So I told you, my friends call me Maddie. Well, my colleagues know me more formally as King Matthias
You're a king?
of Ruvinia, yes."
Oh,
Sybil's just gonna laugh at the absurdity of this right now.
Can Chastity ask Mouse if she's like, or if Mouse has ever seen this guy before? Because Mouse lived in Loreheart for like a long time.
Mouse did live in Loreheart for a very long time, but do you remember what I said about a friend dropping Mouse off at the salvage beast?
Mm-hmm.
That friend was the High Wizard.
Ah.
And Mouse would tell you telepathically, yes. It's been a while, but yes.
Follow-up question to Mouse, and should we trust him?
Mouse says, yeah. His friend helped me, and now I met you. So, yeah, sure.
All right.
Maddie, I'm sorry for your loss. I heard about what happened recently.
Yeah. Thank you. I went back to my home. I went back to where I hail from. To take some time to grieve and handle some business that I couldn't avoid. And lo and behold, I returned to news that my trusted associates are taking advantage of my wife's grief and trying to make decisions in my name that I would never have made. So, as long as the barons believe me to be out of office, if you will, then they won't suspect that I'm coming. And I'm sure my High Wizard has his suspicions, but I know he won't act until it is confirmed. So I would very much appreciate if you would be able to go to this contact that I have, because it's a rather populated city where I'm sure they have a lot of guards in, and I can't risk my men seeing me because I don't know how many are still on my side.
Well, Matthias, I think we'd be able to help you out if you can promise that you can do us a favor in return one day.
Absolutely, I would be in your debt.
Chelsea's going to look around and say, well, to the rest of the party.
Oh, I'm definitely in favor.
Is this message just that you will be returning?
No. So, and he kind of like waves his hands as if for you guys to like circle him a little closer. He says, I need you to go to Ashido, and I need you to seek out a gentleman named Dylon.
Can you spell that?
Dylon.
Dylon. Okay.
I need you to find Dylon, and I need you to, he's not hard. He's easy to trust. It's kind of a flaw, I feel like. But let him know that Maddie, I give you permission to use that because that is what he calls me, begrudgingly. Tell him Maddie has sent you guys to inform Stavius. Do you need spelling?
Maddie has sent us.
Maddie has sent you guys to inform Stavius that he has proof.
And can you spell? Is that S or Z?
S. No, S as in Sam.
All right.
T as in Tyler. A,
Yep.
V as in Victor. I, U, S as in Sam.
All right.
Stavius. That Maddie has sent you to inform Stavius that he has proof of their suspicions. And basically tell him that it is confirmed. It is true. Does anyone need anything repeated?
I have it down if anyone needs it.
Nope. Got it.
Okay, perfect. I was hoping to have like a map to show you guys by this time, but I don't. So I'm just pulling up my map really quick, just so I can get like the directions in my brain. So he tells you that Ashido is just north of here by about a week. And as long as travel conditions stay fair, you shouldn't be held back.
1 week north.
Yes.
Okay. Which way were we heading to go to Ravinia?
You were west.
From west. Okay.
Yeah, you've actually already started going west. And you were probably about a couple to a few weeks out. So it's kind of diverting from your path just because you're going in a different direction. But there is more of a direct route from Ishido to Rovinia than where you are necessarily.
Okay.
Can you bring the dog? Okay. He says, I'm sorry. I know that we are strangers, but I have to be honest, that's actually why I'm asking. As little people that know me, the better.
Would you mind me asking who you're traveling with currently?
Yes. So, he says the one with all of the armor and the really long hair, that is my cousin Taryn. Taryn is kind of like a bodyguard. He's one of the top soldiers in my army. And will be second in command of our homeland's army when he eventually leaves this continent.
Okay.
And the other gentleman, the more roguish looking fellow, that's Pearson. Pearson has joined us on our travels back further south. He's kind of a free agent, but doesn't want to be caught up in whatever the barons are pulling. So, for reasons that are his own, he decided to join us.
All right.
He's actually from Ishido originally.
Then you have my word. We will pass on this message.
Thank you. And for your troubles, because I know it's a long road ahead, he digs into a pouch and digs into it, one of like his bags or pockets, and pulls out a pouch. And it falls into your hand, and you can just hear it, but also feel the weight of jingling coins.
Oh, how kind. Thank you very much. And
Of
I'll
course.
reach out my hand for just a nice handshake.
He will shake your hand back. He said, "Thank you. You guys be safe. And when you're looking for Dylon and Ishido, you'll probably find him in one of two places. You'll probably find him in the market district with his caravan, or you would find him at his shop, his brick and mortar store."
And what's that one called?
What is his shop called?
Yes.
Let me see. It is called Are you fucking kidding me?
City doesn't have a name.
No,
a
no, I
weird name
do.
for a
I
shop.
do. It was just given to me. It is called the Pink Pony.
Oh my
Is it
god,
a
I love it.
I was gonna call it the Forge.
The Pink Pony
It-
Forge.
It is called the Pink Pony Forge. It is called the Pink Pony Forge.
Excellent.
And the king says, you know, I was gonna, yeah, never mind. You'll figure it out. I do have to get back on the road. We are, continuing our journey, north, but we're going to be avoiding the main routes. We're trying to make it up to, where are they trying to make it up to? They're trying to make it up to Avil Keep. I'm gonna keep, I'm gonna keep on smithing at the Pink Pony Forge. I can't. Okay, so I'm heading north to Avil Keep. May we meet again on safer terms.
We hope so.
He nods and he like puts a hood up over him, and you actually see the two men that he named as Pearson and Taryn waiting for him on the edge of camp, finishing up a conversation with the chieftain. Damien is currently nowhere to be seen. You can assume that he is probably snoozing away in a tent or already on whatever kind of journey he started. Does anyone actually does anyone want to roll a perception check?
Yep.
I will.
Let Alan do it.
Nope. I don't want to.
Okay. Alan?
That's a 14.
Not bad. He's not hard to miss. After about the time this conversation wraps up and by the time you guys are actually getting ready, you start to like climb up onto the cart and you just see what looks to be like your lion man burst out of this tent, let out an insane roar, and start running. And that's the last you see of Damien for a while.
Good luck.
Okay, so who's driving?
I guess I am, since I'm the only one that's tempted to.
I think Sybil and Alan should probably pair up because Alan would be great for perception checks. Just saying.
Yeah, true. He can yeah, he can sit up front to keep a lookout.
Okay.
Hot boy.
Which did you say Papa Squat?
Yeah, I did. She'll
guess
like pat the seat, like pop squat.
Pop spot. As Chastity's climbing into the back of the wagon, then she's like, wow, no Damien, no teacup. This is going to be a quiet ride.
Oh yeah.
I hate
So
when you said
He
that,
like
Sydney.
Alan like sits down in the seat a little awkwardly. And then he gets himself comfortable. This is his first
Got
time
it.
sitting up front.
So with Alan up front and our main perception roller, could I have you roll a d20?
Just a straight D20.
Yep.
Okay. We got an 11.
Okay, you got an 11. Let's see. So, as you guys are making your way through the hills in the valley due north, you are keeping an eye on the map and the road as Sybil is driving. You do see a pair of what looks to be veteran warriors mounted on mules riding by. They do kind of eye you guys, as obviously this is a strange place to be bringing a whole cart, as it is not necessarily the main road just yet. But the first half of the day goes by pretty calmly. Nothing crazy with the weather. As the evening does roll in, a summer shower does come by. Just a light drizzle, a little, just enough to be obnoxious, but not enough to be a torrential downpour. And eventually, as you head back to smoother ground, with more plains and fields and less hills, you find a place to set up camp for your first night.
All right. This good of place as any to set up camp for the night. What responsibilities do we want to split?
Has anyone checked the food supplies recently? Do we need to necessarily go out and get anything, or are we good?
DM, would we be good?
I would say you probably picked up some rations while you were in Loreheart.
And then, second thing,
Mhm.
did Damien leave his keg with us, or does he have it still?
You guys have it.
Nice. Sybil's gonna rate it.
Go fuck Damien.
Awaiting his response in chat. So, he's be so mad.
You shouldn't have left it then.
So yeah, so if you guys want to tap on into that, you're more than welcome to.
Sybil's gonna be the first to pour a drink.
All right. So, for the evening watches,
Hell no, he did not.
Too late now.
That's in his inventory. Well, if it's in his inventory, GG rip.
How'd you bring a whole keg with you?
It's Alex.
Fair
Or
enough.
it's Damien.
Yeah,
And
Same
he
thing.
probably, he probably could do it.
You can piss off.
So, you guys actually probably would have like drank it during the bonfire, to be totally honest.
Sorry, Sybil.
Yeah, it's fine.
Owes me the money.
Let's see. Could I have Chastity roll a d20?
Oh God, sure.
Oh yeah, but how much gold was in the pouch that we were handed?
400.
400. Okay.
I'll bet.
Do we want to split it 4 ways, or let's?
Seems fine.
Yeah, 4-way split. Seems reasonable.
All right. Everyone add 100.
Sick.
Sydney asked for my D20. That was a 9.
That was a 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God.
Evening goes pretty well. It doesn't seem like anything's crazy. Could I also have you roll a d100 for the next travel day?
Just me or everybody?
Just you.
What is happening to me? All right. Rolling.
You
Go ahead, Alan,
fucked
do it. Now
up.
it's your turn.
Well, I only rolled a d20. I didn't have to roll a d100.
Yeah, but then I
86.
found a 86. Then I realized I should probably do it like a proper like percentile. 86. High winds. It's very, very windy. The cart does go a little bit slower. I'm gonna say this puts you back by only like half a day, but it's a little bit harder to drive and steer the cart.
Mm.
The next evening goes on pretty decently. Let's see. Sybil, could I have you roll a D100?
Sure. A 16.
16. As you guys are traveling on the road, you see a wagon being pulled by a giant snail. The older gentleman, who seems to be quite wizardly, tips his hat as he passes you by.
That strange. You said a giant snail?
A giant snail is pulling a wagon.
Is it going slow or is it going like the same pace we are?
A little slower, but like pretty like good speed for a giant snail. And it's like a really intricate looking wagon, like caravan as well. Kind of all like baubles and lanterns and everything.
Pray no one has salt.
Yeah.
Well, that is interesting.
Are we like going in opposite directions, just passing each other by, or are we going like the same direction?
Opposite direction. He
Oh,
just
damn.
seems like he's coming from somewhere heading to another spot.
I think Chassie's gonna like scooch to the back of the wagon as it's passing because she gets curious and she's like, "It's slimy down there."
Christian.
Where'd he get?
Oh,
No, I was just gonna say, like, where'd he get a snail big enough?
He
if
probably
you actually,
made
if
it.
you, do you actually shout that at him?
Yeah,
I made it,
you made him. What?
and that's it. He's out of hearing range.
It's a world of magic.
Can I ask Mouse how one makes a giant snail? See if Mouse knows.
Hunter, nuke.
Go away.
Send the nukes.
Bomb. I'm sending bombs to their house.
God no. Okay. Mouse says, I don't know.
Thanks, Mouse. You're great.
I think there's a spell for that. Oh wait. Mouse like has a little moment and says, I think it's called enlarge.
So Chassie like turns to the rest of the group. She goes, "According to Mouse, I think he just took a little snail and cast a spell and made a big snail."
Mm.
But why a snail?
Why not?
I
Could not
suppose
tell
snails
you.
are easy to come by,
And
easy to control too.
its shell was very colorful and it looked like it was painted.
Fancy stuff.
It's unique, if anything.
And well, so are we. Well, and she like glances at Christian. Most of us.
I hold up my arm to see 3 tattoos. I'd say pretty unique. I don't see
Yes.
tattoos on any of you.
That you know of.
Ooh.
I mean,
That's
if you want tattoos, I can always supply.
That sounds unsanitary.
Have you near me with a needle and gun? I think I'll pass for now.
so Christian, can I get a D100?
26.
26. Let's see. You are driving by, you see this small farm with like a little barn. Nothing crazy. It looks like a couple crops, a couple trees. Someone's out in the porch and says, "Ah, this is the third day. Good afternoon. Would you like to come in for some cider?"
Is it hard cider or is it regular cider?
He just said cider.
Yell back, what kind of cider?
Apple.
Apple?
Oh,
At this point, we're too far away to hear.
Yeah, I could really hear that.
keep on going. Oh, darn it. I'll get him next time. You guys keep
No,
on
'cause
going.
you were cutting out.
Yeah.
Oh, I was cutting out.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang, I'm sorry.
And if Damien were here, he would have jumped off the fucking wagon to see if it had alcohol.
No, he'd drive the wagon.
Oh, true, right? Traffic.
So do you guys keep going?
I'll leave that to the driver.
I mean, how are we on drinks?
Alan, you are also up front. You can help make that decision.
Yes, he can. Is he even there? Alan,
Yeah, I'm here.
do you want to stop for cider?
I'm not really thirsty, honestly. I think I'm okay.
Okay.
You're like,
Okay.
oh, you guys are no fun. So just continue on.
So you guys keep on moving. And let's see.
Another
Alan,
one? That was
another one.
quick.
What?
Another viewer
bot.
bot.
Oh, does that mean we're getting no, I'm kidding.
We're
Anyway,
getting rated.
we're getting rated.
Say again.
Roll a D100.
$42.
42.
Not to be confused with 4D2.
4 coin flips.
4 coin flips.
Answer to life, the universe, and everything.
You see a man in the distance waving
no.
his arms.
I choose bear.
As we get closer, he's alone?
Yeah.
Does he have anything like luggage or anything with him?
He
Or does
has like one travel pack. It seems like he's traveling on foot.
I'll lean up to Alan. Keep an eye out for. Are we near a forest area or?
No,
there's
like a
clearing?
couple of there's a couple of trees here and there, but it's very open here.
Okay, because I was thinking ambush.
Can I send Mouse out?
Yeah.
He can fly. So I'm going to ask Mouse, hey, can you go out and check that guy out, see if anything looks wrong or suspicious, and then come back?
Okay. And Mouse and flies on over. He hovers there and seems like he's talking to him for a second and then comes back. He's asking for a ride. He's hitchhiking.
Did he say to where?
He said he's going to Ashido.
Well, did he look dangerous to you?
He smelled bad.
Oh, joy. I think Chasty's gonna turn back and say, well, Mouse said he doesn't look dangerous and he's hitchhiking to Ishido. What do you guys think?
Um, do I trust?
I mean, we kind of outnumber him, so if he does try to pull anything,
We are down our human shield, though.
Very true. I'm glad someone acknowledged.
Well, our not so human shield in this case.
All right. I'll give it going once, going twice, going 3 times.
I don't like
Sybil gets
hitchhikers
to pick who's
IRL,
driving.
so
Yeah.
All right, leaving him behind.
he'll be all right.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Chastity, what'd Chastity say?
I was just gonna say, Sybil always gets to pick now. She's driving.
Okay. All right, so then no, we're moving on. So, the next couple of days go by in a breeze. The weather only held you back for probably a total of 1 day between, wind, light rain, things like that. So nothing crazy that is going on. And on your last day of travel, about halfway through the day, mid to late afternoon, you start to see these buildings in the distance, with red and orange rooftops that are so vibrant you can see them from miles away. And you start to see the outline of what looks to be a city, and a stone wall, and this beautiful giant red gate. By early evening, you arrive to the entry of the city, and you see 2 guards posted out in the front. And as you go through, they hold out their spears. Say, halt! Reason for entry.
Visiting a friend.
A friend, eh? His
Yeah.
friend got a name?
Uh,
Chasty's gonna
Very.
stick her head out. And go,
Dylan.
Oh,
oh, sorry.
Chastity, what?
I was gonna say Chastity was gonna stick her head out and go, and just sightseeing.
And just sightseeing. And Dylon. Okay. Well, one of the guards says, paying the toll to get in? 1 gold per
What's-
person.
Bit steep for entry now, isn't it?
Them's the laws, kid.
Since when?
I think Chasty's gonna nudge him and be like, Christian, what are you doing?
For quite some time, actually. Can't just have anyone going in our city.
Oh, you don't recognize who? I'll go in my bag and take out my proof of insignia.
Got it. So,
I'm
he holds out
royalty.
royalty. He rolls his eyes. Sure. And my father's the king. He takes a look at your thing, your little insignia. He cocks an eyebrow at it and says, "Yeah." He looks at his buddy. They're clear. He hands it back to you. Don't cause any trouble.
Wanna dream of it.
As we're like getting clear of the gate, Chassie's gonna turn and go, Christian, what even is that thing?
It's, well, it used to be a business card.
Now it looks like a family crest.
Yeah.
You mean it came here from our world?
Yeah, I guess, being the son of a mayor equates to, I'm not sure what rank here.
Some kind of nobility.
But like,
Can
you
Sybil like
have a family here.
No, but they don't know that.
Well, I guess.
can Sybil like take a closer look at it, make sure it's like a real
Sure.
ID?
Yeah.
It looks pretty legit.
Well, at least one of us still has their ID on them. We'll toss it back to him.
For real. I'll roll it back up, put it back in my bag. And I saved us 4 gold as well.
Oh yes, 4 whole gold. Our hero.
Okay. So, as you guys make your way into the city, the sun is starting to set and it gives a very magical look to this place. The sky is turning these orange and pinks and purples, still that sky blue hue coming through, and the blazing sun as it starts to set over the horizon. Very, very much off in the distance, for those of you who are a bit more perceptive like Alan, you do hear waves. But for the most part, it's the hustle and bustle of the nightlife in this city. And you notice a lot of these buildings are raised up, as most of them are made out of wood with some stone. Stone is incorporated for like foundations and safety and everything, but most of these buildings are these intricately carved and designed wood structures. It's very ornamental. And the to give you a real life example, breaking character and fourth wall. This is definitely some more like older, like Asian inspired elements that are just kind of what you would see in like temple cities, probably most likely in like Kyoto, things like that. That is what this references the most. Um, and these screen sliding doors with the warm, glowing candle lights behind them. There are stables to keep your wagon. The wagon to keep your wagon there, it is 1 gold a night. Or does your insignia get that free for you as well?
Let me check. I don't think it would, but
You could pay up front for a week's worth. That would be 10 gold.
But if we don't use those days, can we get that gold back?
Yes.
Also,
Okay.
you just said it was 1 gold a night. How is a week's worth 10 gold?
Oh, so that's right. D&D weeks are 10 days long.
No one's
Oh.
gonna tell me this.
I'm sorry.
I'm
It's
like, is there a special where you pay more if you're paying up front?
I feel like the weeks and the months come up so rarely that I feel like I never mention it, so I'm sorry.
I was like, something, are you okay?
So, do you want to pay for a week up front?
Well, can I get it for free first, or no?
Christian?
how long do we plan on staying here for?
Beats me.
Well, if
How fast can you find Dylon?
we're only here to find the person to deliver that message, right?
I believe so.
Oh,
Do we
come on now.
wanna...
Oh, sorry.
I'll hand over 3 gold.
Oh,
We
come
should be
on
able
now,
to
Your
find
Highness. You don't want to try and get us free parking too?
See, this is more of a business than a scam.
Whatever you say.
So we'll just chip in 3 gold more.
Oh no, I tossed 3 gold in. Unless you guys are adding on top of that 3.
Yeah, I'm toting 3 gold too, so it'd be 6.
Okay. So 6 days.
All right, 6 days. Let's see. All right. Okay. Sorry, I was just pulling up some notes. So, and my phone is dying, and a lot of my notes are on my phone right now. How do you go about finding this character that the king mentioned to you? Are you going to ask around? Look
Well, I have
around?
a Sydney question.
Yeah.
If it's starting to get late enough that the sun's already setting, we were told that he'd be in like the market district or in his shop. Are those places even going to be open?
Yes. So there this is definitely where I would say asking around would help because there are some shops that are open late into the evening, if not all night.
Well, I'll go up to one of the store owners that still have their shop open.
Okay. You see this one older woman who looks like she's sweeping the front of an establishment.
Hello, ma'am.
Good evening.
Would you happen to know where a shop called the Pink Pony Forge is?
So funny.
The pink
Voice.
the pink pony forge. Yeah? You're looking for who are you looking for there?
Dylon.
Oh yeah, I know Dylon all right. Ugh. She puts her broom up against again leans it up against her door and she shuts it and she says, "Follow me."
Let's follow.
So she starts to walk and she has like this little cane that she's walking with. And you guys are walking for 5-10 minutes. You're just seeing the hustle and bustle. Like the nightlife is crazy. Like even with the festival at Loreheart, at some point it was calm. People are just going everywhere right now. And she turns down a street that looks a little bit darker. And all of you guys are following, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Yeah.
go get robbed in an alley, I guess.
Yeah, there's less light here. And this grandma shouts out, "Okay, boys, they're looking for Dylon." And you hear laughter as these figures come out of the dark, holding batons, sticks, daggers.
How many are there?
4.
4.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Would you allow me to cast Fairy Fire?
Go ahead, I would.
Okay. Ooh, a natural 19.
Mm,
Oh, wonderful. So, remind me what fairy fire does.
It's a magical light that I get to emit, and it sticks to like every person in like the area of effect, and they can't be invisible, and they get. Let me pull it up actually.
You sure Fairy Fire is
So-
a saving throw spell?
It's a dex save and throw.
Mhm.
Yeah, anyone within that 20-foot cube is outlined in a color of her choice.
Mhm.
They would have to make a
Um,
dex save for the duration. They shed dim light.
And all of them except one fail. So 3 of them light up. What color?
Violet.
Violet? Okay,
Yeah.
so you watch as 3 of these burly men just kind of get lit up like around their edges, kind of, and they're like little glowing figures. And they say, "Whoa, whoa," and they try like wiping it off. What the fuck is this?
Also, it says
Eh.
any attack roll against affected creatures or object has advantage if the attacker can see it,
Okay,
and
so
they
you guys
can't
keep
benefit
that.
from being invisible.
So you guys keep that in mind. 3 out of the 4 of these guys you have advantage against. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I
Speaking
love
of,
this spell.
let's roll for initiative.
I'm last.
Okay.
It's a dirty 20.
I
Okay.
got 21.
I got a 19.
All right. So Chastity, you're up
Ah.
first.
Let's go with whoever's nearest to me that is lit up purple. We're gonna
Okay.
try Firebolt.
All right. Roll for Firebolt. Advantage.
Okay, so that's one. Give me 2 seconds because I forgot where the thingy is. Hang on, math escapes me.
That's
23?
okay. 23 hits.
Yep. It's gonna do 6 points of fire damage.
Nice. Okay. I would love if my thing went on recovery. All right. So one of them is looking pretty darn hurt already. That was like about half of his HP. So you go with Firebolt, and this guy who's just lit up just gets lit up even more, and he just like starts like trying to pat and slap himself out, like Jesus. Well, not Jesus, because Jesus doesn't exist in this world, but you know what I mean.
Hey, Zeus.
Hey, Zeus. Let's see, Alan, you're next.
I'd have... Okay, there's something I want to ask.
Yeah.
Just need to check something. So, for my, like, dual-wielding purposes,
Mm-hmm.
I can wield 2 different weapons, right? As long as
Yes.
they're both light.
As long as
Yeah.
they're both light, yes.
Okay. So, I can arm myself with a short sword in one hand and one of my chest daggers in the other.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm
Perfect.
gonna go for another lit up guy. Not the
Okay,
one that
not the same one.
Chastity
Got it.
yeah, a different one that I can reach.
Okay. All right, roll the hit.
And I'm gonna attack with the short sword. At advantage. Ooh, that's a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack. Okay, so that's 9, and then sneak attack 1, so that's 10 damage total.
10?
Yeah.
So you watch as this guy, you slash, and this guy just comes to his knees, still hanging in there, but you hurt him pretty bad.
Bonus action offhand dagger attack.
Go ahead.
Since he's already knocked down. That's the wrong dice.
Duh.
That's a D12.
I did that last scene.
I got a 16 to hit.
That hits.
And it's just 1d4. 2!
How do you want to do this?
So, the one, like, he kind of, like, rushes up real quick, and he does, like, a quick, slice at, like, the thighs with the short sword to bring him down. And then, as he's falling, he, like, takes the dagger in his other hand, and he, like, thrusts it into, like, his shoulder,
Oof. So
and then pulls it out.
with the absolute precision and finesse that it takes to wield two weapons, you slice him and stab him, and he just goes, and like falls face first to the dirt floor.
And then he, like, once he pulls it out and the guy falls, he does a quick, like, sharp glance at the next guy that's lit up. Like,
Okay.
side eye.
You just hear, I think I wet myself. I think Sybil, you're up next. You said you rolled a 19.
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn.
All right. There's still one guy left that's lit up, right?
There
There's
are
one
two
guy
people.
left that's untouched.
Okay.
The other one
Is it
that's
gonna-
lit up is still hurt.
It's gonna be overkill, but all right. I'll go for the one that's untouched.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast Hex on him as a bonus action.
Okay, so that means he has disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. Is that an auto hit, or do I have to roll for that? Hex.
I believe
Hex is just
I think it's
before.
auto. Let me see. Why do I feel like it was? No, yeah, I think you just
place-
do it.
Yeah, you place a curse on a creature within range.
Yeah. It just
Okay.
happens.
All right. And for my full action, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast on him.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Ooh. 17 plus 7, whatever that is.
To hit.
Yeah, to hit.
Okay, roll your damage.
All right. So I got a 10 for Eldritch Blast. And with Hex, I deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage, and I got a 5 on that. Oh, wait, no, wait. I actually got a 15, sorry, on Eldritch Blast.
Okay, how do you want to do this?
Because I have... Oh, God.
they're just men.
Okay. So she'll probably match. Like, all the rest are, like, lit up, and he didn't light up, so she just, like, glares at him, and, like, why didn't you light up? She's just, like, blasting.
You lit him up all right. So you
Yeah.
so
Which person did you just attack?
yeah, I was because I
thought it
thought
was
you
one of
did
the
the
light up ones.
untouched. You did the light up ones, the one that wasn't touched, right?
The one that wasn't touched at all.
There were two that weren't.
There was
There's one
still
lighting up
two.
and the one that
lit up
didn't
and
light
one
up.
not lit up.
The one unlit up. The one that wasn't lit up. That was not touched.
Okay.
So you did go with the person
Yeah.
who was lit up.
No,
No.
who wasn't lit.
No.
Was not.
The
not.
one not
Okay.
under
So
fairy fire.
the one who did
Boring
not
one.
light up. The one who did not light up. You set him pretty much on magical fire. He just and when like the bright beam of light shoots at him, you actually see him in the midst of trying to run away. And it just consumes him as he crumples and falls to the ground.
She like turns to the other guys like, anybody else want a piece of this?
The only one still standing, the only two still standing is one that's hurt. And then the one that is not hurt and is also still lit up. And you see the one that is hurt trying to crawl away. And the one that isn't hurt just looks at you and starts to lunge at you with a scimitar attack.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Will a 19 hit?
A 19? Yes, that will hit.
All right. That is gonna be 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Next, it is the guy who's crawling. He's just gonna throw a dagger. I'm gonna roll a d4 to see who that is aimed at because he's on the ground. Okay. Let's see. Alan, pick number 1 through 4.
2.
Oh shit, I'm so sorry. Okay. That's exactly what I rolled. So Alan, it's gonna attempt to hit you. It's gonna be at disadvantage. Does a 7 hit?
Nope.
The dagger just goes cross-eyed
just-
and just off to the wind. What does Alan do?
Oh, I thought if it like was going to, he would just like head dodge,
Yes. Yes.
Head.
like cool guy style.
Yeah, he's boop, moves over. All right. And then we are now at Christian.
You made a huge error. As I'm saying this, my shard tattoo, the black, starts bleeding down my arm until
Ooh.
it reaches the tesseract at the back of my hand where it's sucked up into the middle. And I reach out my hand, place it on the guy who's lit up cheek. And let's see if it hits. Oh. I'm really hoping.
This is the guy who's not injured
Seven.
yet.
Yeah. Full HP. 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Inflict wound.
Ah, hell yeah. I knew it. I knew it as soon as you said it. You touched his cheek. Oh, those dice are so satisfying.
That is 21 points of damage.
Woo! How do you want to inflict those wounds?
As I touch his cheek, that black stuff that disappeared into the tesseract comes out my palm and just spreads across his face as he's covered with ink.
Dang. He just starts screaming and screaming. And like as the ink covers him, you see like his face start to like shrivel and melt away. Does the ink come back to you?
Oh, if you look at my arm, the black was like an endless pool. It never
Interesting.
faded. The black
And-
that ran down my arm is all gone though.
Okay. Then there he is, like covered in these black smears as he lays on the ground lifeless. The other guy is now standing but attempting to disengage as we are at the top of the round with Chastity.
I think she's not sure what else to do except point her staff again and hope for the best, and I'm gonna go with Firebolt again.
Okay. Roll to hit. Or deck save.
No, it's roll to hit.
Okay.
And it's still with advantage, right?
Yes.
Good, because that first one was a 1.
That's okay.
18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, just shy. 5 points of damage.
That is all he had left.
Okay.
How do you want to bolt this fire?
With her eyes shut, totally closed, and her hand shaking.
Okay. So by some miracle, with your hand shaking, your eyes closed, you hear Mouse's voice in your head that says, aim a little lower. Right there. And it goes off. And you just peek your eye open a little bit to see like the singe of the flame burning off this guy's hair as he falls lifeless to the ground.
I think Chastity's gonna put her back up against like the nearest alley wall and sink all the way down to the floor and just like drop her head and hug her knees.
You do so.
Oh,
The
old lady's still
Grant.
there?
No, that's what I was about to say. Grandma is gone. She was out of there. What do you guys do next?
That didn't help.
We got them all.
Got him all.
Okay.
I actually think this would be a good time to take a brief break, grab a drink, grab a snack, a breather if you need it. Restroom break.
Mhm.
I
Sounds good.
myself used
Okay.
the restroom and grabbed my charger. I'll be right back.
All right. We will return shortly, folks.
Yes, and then we'll meet this mysterious Dylon.
See you later.
Welcome back and congratulations on getting through that encounter. I know I made it a little light, but I also know I left some of you a little traumatized. Chastity curled up against the wall of this alleyway, and the rest of you kind of brushing off this brief encounter, and that grandma off in the wind. How are you guys proceeding?
Well, there goes our lead.
Is there anything else in this alley, or is it literally just an empty alley?
It's literally an alley. There's like some trash and stuff. It ends. It's a dead end. It seems like that group was just waiting here, waiting to get the jump on someone.
We're back to square one.
I mean,
Chastity?
Oh, she's not moving and she's not looking up.
Okay.
Cassidy, you doing all right over there?
And she's just gonna like dig her head further down.
oh, that's right. Y- Aversion to killing others, right?
How could you be so calm?
They had ambushed us.
She like turns her head sort of to the side. She's still not looking at them, but like her mouth is at least uncovered. We're monsters in this place.
You hear Mouse's voice in your head. That's not very nice.
I think Chastity's gonna ignore him.
We're not monsters. Monsters in this world, I'd imagine, are a lot scarier than us.
I think she's just gonna look Christian dead in the fucking face and say nothing.
Okay.
And how are you feeling, Sybil? You took a slash from a scimitar, no?
I think like she's high on adrenaline, so she didn't feel it initially. But like now that just things are like calming down, she's like, "Oh yeah, ouch."
Hmm. I think the next play should be to find an inn to stay at.
Chastity's gonna drag herself up off the floor and just start moving. She stops for like a brief second at Sybil and goes, "There's potion in the cart." And then she just keeps walking forward toward the end of the alley.
Does anyone follow Chastity out?
Yeah, Sybil will probably go to the cart, try find some bandages.
Okay, your
I don't want to
cart
waste
is
the
about
potion.
your cart is about the you would actually have bandages on you. I'm not gonna make you go back to the cart for that. You would have that in your pack. I'm not gonna make you go all the way back. Alan, are you also leaving the alleyway?
Yeah, he like I guess he does start slowly walking down the alley.
Okay. As you get to the edge and back to the busy street, could you make a perception check for me?
It's an unnatural 20.
Okay. You hear a couple of things. Far in the distance, your much keener hearing has your ear twitching as you just hear people cheering and laughing and having a good time. But you also pick up bits and pieces of people's conversation. It's hard to pick up on one singular thing, but you do hear, "Yeah, we're heading to the Forge tonight." The Forge? Yeah, the Pink Pony Forge, that club over in the entertainment district. You've got to come.
I think Alan under his breath goes, "Club." And then he looks to see if any of the group are grouped up with him or followed him.
You would definitely have Chastity and Sybil with you. Christian?
I am moving the bodies.
You know what?
Okay.
Good point.
You turn around and see Christian dragging the bodies off further into the shadows.
And then tilt my head at where I put them. Take a mental screenshot. Mostly of the one guy.
Yeah. Gonna draw it later?
Yep.
Okay. So,
Any of that bits that I heard about multiple people talking, none of those words indicated where in the city it might be.
one of them did say the entertainment district.
Okay.
And you do see like a group of some people like walking deeper into the city. Do you want to keep taking a look around? Do you want to start walking? Or ask?
Well, first he's going to just say, like, talking to Chastity and Sybil, but still kind of looking towards, like, the direction of where the people are going that he was listening to. And he says, they said it's a club.
Like a strip club?
No. Sure.
I don't know, but they only mentioned that it was a club, and from what it sounds like, it's a popular place at night here.
Sounds like a strip club. Do they say where it is exactly?
I heard them say the entertainment district. I'm guessing it's further into the city.
She'll kind of look around for like any sign, like road signs or whatever, if there is any.
There's really no signs pointing to a place like that. Just kind of if you know about it, if you find it.
It's the fucking red light district.
Yes.
Look for red. Easy.
Do you want to ask around? Or
Are you talking to me?
all of you? Do you want to ask around, or do you just want to maybe start searching?
Well, seeing how asking around almost got us ambushed, Sybil's just gonna start searching.
Okay. So Sybil starts to just walk. Alan, at least you know the direction that those people walked off into. Did you want to steer her that way?
Yeah. He'll he'll call to Soul, be like, those people that were talking about it, they went that way. That might be a good place to check.
And he
Got it,
points
thanks.
and he points deeper into the city on that main road that you guys came in on. Are you all moving as a group?
Well, if they're moving, Alan's gonna wait for Christian.
Once I'm done, I'm meeting up back with you guys.
Cassidy
Okay,
will follow
Chastity?
behind them.
Okay. All right. So moving through this crowd is a bit difficult, but after a good 25 to 30 minutes, you start to hear a lot of music coming from all different places. The smell of all these kinds of foods as these late night stalls and shops are open. You come into this big market that has all of these produce stalls, spice stalls, selling different kinds of garments and scarves and hats and accessories. And just past these stalls, past the main market, you start to see that the lanterns go from this soft paper white to red. And these red lanterns line the awnings and street lamps, pretty much. And there's all of these kinds of creatures, of people. You see bird folk, you see these giant creatures, these people that look like elephants and rhinos. You see rat folk and rabbit folk that look bigger and older than Teacup. You see cat folk and humans and elves. A huge diverse melting pot of all kinds of people. Up on these balconies, you see women with their faces painted all pretty in these elaborate robes, waving up at the people down below. You see older gentlemen smoking on the porch of what looks like one bar. And it's just an overwhelming amount of energy. And as you're walking, with Alan's high perception and Sybil on the lookout, I'm not going to make you guys roll, but eventually you see this sign that reads the Pink Pony Forge.
There it is.
Okay. So, after hearing about, the King Matthias telling you where to find Dylon, and now coming all this way, a week's or so worth of travel, standing in front, a lot of people coming in and out, and this music that is just bumping. I know we have the music playing in stream. I don't know if we're able to share it with each other if everybody else is watching it, and
I mean, I could
can
also
also
I could
hear it.
share screen if you want.
I mean, only if you want to, just because I think it's a funny choice.
Yeah, I got you.
Get people a little bit more in the mood.
Or whoever wants to listen.
Can I listen to you sing it?
No, I can't sing it.
Oh, darn.
You can't or you won't.
Both.
Oh, this.
Love it.
So, this is the song that is playing as you come in through this establishment. There's a smokiness. It's very warm in here. And not just because it's packed. You hear this insane. It's just kind of insane to take in. You hear cheering and clapping and whooping and wooing, and this music that's playing. You see the band up in the corner, and up on this stage, behind this glass, you see this man. He's shirtless and he's wearing this leather harness, and he's wearing these leather black pants that very much look like Sybil's, where it has like that cutout in the thigh, and he's dancing and hammering something, and he's creating something. You see him carving these runes very slowly and sensually, and he's like swaying his body, and as he turns around, you just see his cheeks out.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Blacksmith thirst traps?
My God.
What did you ask, Gabby?
I was like, I'm sorry. Blacksmith thirst traps? That's what we're doing?
Oh yes. Let me send you.
Okay.
That's the OG in chat. And then here is some of the other art as well. When that's sent. So this is pretty much what this gentleman looks like. But kind of that shaggy black hair, these glowing eyes, these tattoos on his body. The outline of these tattoos, by the way, you notice a ember-like glow, and any scars that you might see on his body also have this ember-like glow beneath them, and his eyes are like fire. And when King Matthias was a little bit hesitant to go further into detail with Dylon, some of you start to piece together, this might be why. And then the crowd starts to chant his name. And they start to cheer for him as he turns back around. Dylon, welcome.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to my show.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Wait, speak again.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
You're very low for me.
You might have to put him up on user volume.
I can also increase here. Is this good?
Oh, hello there.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, it's like, who's talking?
Hello, thank you for coming to my show tonight. We have plenty of things in store. Please make sure that if you rent any of the side rooms, that you clean up after yourselves. And if you need me, I'll be on stage in 10 minutes. And then you see him just kind of like poof off the stage.
You watch as people start to take breaks for drinks and start to scatter around and mingle with each other. But this mysterious Dylon character that you were looking for is now off stage. Where do you go, Dylon?
I'm gonna go in the back to get water myself, and maybe see as if Flavius has any information for me of any of the random patrons that come in from time to time.
Okay. You do notice this kind of ragtag group, and you're used to a very diverse audience, but they all kind of came in at the same time, looking around and looking a little confused.
Not civil.
Not civil. The Yonzu. Would you like to approach? Or any members of the group, would you like to approach this gentleman that you see?
Yeah.
Alan will like walk up to like behind Christian and say, Christian, I'm
Yeah.
guessing you can handle things here.
Yes, I can. Would you like to wait outside?
Just in case, at least after what we just went through. You did a thing to talk to Damien from a distance, didn't you? When we were at that show?
Yes.
If something happens, are you able to do that to let me know if something goes down?
I believe it's only a one-way thing. Right? Or, let me...
It's only one way.
Yeah, I thought so.
I mean, yeah, sending has a response and that's it.
If you...
Oh, no, and can whisper a reply.
Oh, you can
Okay.
with a message?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't have to see you, I just... As long as you're within 120 feet.
Okay.
And I point in, like, run the direction you are.
Yeah, so he says, if you need me to come back in, just let me know.
Will do. Chastity, do you want to go wait with him? Since I see the BRB.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
would go wait.
Alan will slip through.
Ready, Sybil?
Oh, I was born ready for this.
We approach.
Okay. So, Dylon, as you're about to go check out these odd characters, they actually start to walk towards you. You have the floor.
And who's approaching me currently again? It's
Uh,
true.
You see what looks to be a Yanti woman and a paler man with her, seemingly human at first glance.
Now isn't this a pair to be visiting? How may I help?
Hello. You're Dylon, right?
That's right, Candy. How may I be of assistance?
Got any place we can talk in private?
Already, aren't you the eager one?
I
Well, if anything, if you'd like, we have an assortment of rooms to talk about business privately.
I also pipes are allowed in here, right? I assume.
Oh yes, by
Yeah,
all means.
I'm just gonna be like
smoke whatever you got.
smoking the tobacco in the pipe. All right. So once we make it to like out of earshot of other people,
Yes, I will take them to the side room, the one where it's a bit more muffled, and I assume that there's two people that are already in there, kind of just talking about other minor business. And I'll say, "Being it, girls, it's time for me to take the room for the moment."
I would also say you would have one of your own personal workshops in here as well.
Yes, but I'm not sure exactly of what they're here for just yet. So
Okay.
now, please take a seat, enjoy yourselves, imbibe, and tell me what can I do for you.
well, we actually have a message for you.
Ooh, a message.
One
What
of
kind?
from one of your friends, Maddie.
Matty? I'm unfamiliar with a Matty.
He sent us.
Sure.
He sent us. Sent us with the info. Stravis that he has. Trying to read my fucking handwriting. That Stravis has proof of the suspicions, and the suspicions are true.
Boy, I have no idea what that means. What?
Can I make a insight check on that? On him?
You can.
Where is it? Oh, there. Um, 11.
You think he's being so for real. Damien, you not Damien.
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 Yeah. He's
Fridge.
back already.
Of that.
Dylon. Sorry, it's in the middle of typing. Dylon. This doesn't sound quite right. You think he might just be a little confused as you do start to piece together Maddie is what you would call the king to annoying.
I see. I see. So it's gonna take me a second. So I'll start to sit up and I'll start to get closer to them and I'll kind of plop my body onto the both of them, being that they're sitting on the couch. And I'll say, "Don't the both of you look all the way confused? Now, if you'd like, I can talk." Wait, Matty? Oh, are you talking about the Lord himself?
Indeed.
Any other Maddie?
Well, there's Matty down the street, but I can talk quite a long time about Matty down the street. Figured that's who you probably weren't talking about, being that this person does not get around much. So, he seems to be talking about Stavius, perhaps?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what was the message again?
Let's see. Maddie has sent us with the info, or has sent us to inform Stavis that he has proof of suspicions and that it is true. I believe that is what the message was.
Has anyone ever told you that your eyes are quite nice, my friend?
You're deflecting.
No, I have exactly what I'm about to say soon, but I just wanted to say the compliment first. You, on the other hand, I would think that you have wonderful scales. Now, what is it that you think this person actually means? As in, do you truly think that this is the king that you were talking to? Things like this happen all the time.
Well, if I actually know. Haven't met the guy, only this one. But
Tell me,
yeah,
is Pearson still a part of his entourage?
Pearson, yeah, the roguish looking guy, along with Taryn, right? That's how it was pronounced.
Oh, he's still alive? Oh, I saw that man get crushed by a boulder the other day.
Well, lucky him.
Well, it wasn't luck. It was more of his strong, tight muscles that kind of pushed it through after all. But nonetheless, did this Maddie of which I believe that we speak give you anything to pass on to me?
No.
Said he didn't
Just
hand us anything. He just gave us the message, right?
Yeah.
just gave you his word. He was worried that if he gave anything to you guys and you got caught with it, it would bring too much attention to both you and the king.
No, he didn't hand us anything. He was afraid of us getting caught.
I see. Wait one moment, please. And he starts to get up from the both of you and starts to head over to one of his cabinets that seem to have materials, components that were kind of left out. And he pushes those aside until eventually he finds his glasses. And then he then also puts on this crown. And he starts to sit maybe 10 feet in front of you guys into the other chair. And he says, well, if I'm to believe that this is true, which, things have happened that feel like this would be true. Unfortunately, I cannot take you at your word, as something like this would have real world repercussions. So, if you would consent freely, I would like to try and peer into your mind. All but briefly.
Okay.
Got a lot of other things you compare into.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
In fact,
Well-
I was wondering when someone would say this. After all, I'm getting quite dull. That being said, let's handle, I suppose, this business first before we get around to that. Yes?
You might not like what you find in my head.
Darling, I creep around in things much darker than holes that size.
We'll see.
All right. Do the both of you consent?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Go for it.
Just remember, consent is important. And he starts to tap his crown. First things first, are the both of you lying
About what?
about sending receiving a message from King Matthias?
No.
No.
Okay. Are you under any spell that would coerce you into saying something like this?
No.
No.
So Dylon kind of taps it and says, "Well, that's good for me. Of course, I could do it much longer and be much more invasive, but that's not just me. That's just not me, sorry. I suppose Stavius should be warned. A bit quick. I don't know what he's doing around this time, though. And if it's okay, I will start to tap my earring and sees if I can ping Stavius or Stavius.
Stavius, yes.
Stavius. Ring ring, hello, Stavius.
Yes, what do you want? You're interrupting my magic night.
Ah, it was a 7-day today, wasn't it? Oh, you handsome man. Well, I have a couple people here that are talking about, well, heresy towards, the things of how things have been run in the kingdom. It's sort of like what I was assuming. And I wanted to discuss with that further.
Can it wait? I think I'm about to get some nookie.
Do we hear both sides of the conversation? Like, is it out loud or?
Oh, just one side.
You know, something about what you taught me before is screaming no, it can't wait. But, Stavius, it's been a while. You do you, girl.
How do you know? How do you know it's true anyway?
I kind of peered into their minds a bit just to verify if they weren't under any spell or.
Darn it! You made me mess up. Ugh. It's ruined.
No, all you have to do is pick the condom up and make sure that you.
No, not that. Not
Oh.
that. The magic. You made me ruin my magic trick.
Oh, aren't you good at that? You wouldn't usually mess that up.
Call me in the morning.
Wait, who is it? Who's the lucky person?
You don't get a response back.
I know I'm still in your mind. You can't swat me away that quickly.
No response.
I'm just assuming that you're gyrating right now.
My God. Okay.
And then I'll drop it.
Okay. So, for the two of you that are in the room with Dylon, he seems to have a pretty one-sided conversation. And it goes real weird, real fast. And it seems like whoever he was speaking with, he stops getting a response from, at least for this evening.
So, yes, Stavia seems to be a little bit preoccupied. Something about getting Nookie. A little outdated, but I applaud him for his attempt. Now, speaking of Nookie, and he just kind of looks up to you guys, kind of staring both of you in the eyes, and he says, what are your names, even?
About time.
Took you long enough. I'm Christian Noir. And I apologize. I don't swing that way.
Well, sometimes you don't necessarily need to enjoy the honey to at least appreciate it from a distance.
Let me rephrase it then. I don't swing.
Ooh.
I think I've heard of a community of like-minded folk.
Lord Drow.
That would make
And
sense.
I'm-
After all, I'm getting a different, unique vibe from your skin. It reminds me of an Asimar.
Mm.
Did you call him an ass?
Yeah, I think he did.
Another thing that was interesting to you as well, Dylon, that you picked up on is they were traveling with a drow and a tiefling.
Oh yes. But I'm sorry, I'm not sure if Sybil was going to introduce herself.
Yeah. And I'm Sybil Daniels, but you can call me anytime.
Likewise. After all, I am here to serve. It can be many things depending on what you require. After all, contributions to the community usually never stop with me. It's nice to meet you both. And I saw that you had been accompanied by several others.
Yes. I don't think they felt too comfortable in this establishment.
Well, why not? That is actually what we do. We specialize within comfortability.
They're a little too innocent for this place.
Too innocent. Interesting. Where have they been?
It's a
You
long
wouldn't
story.
believe it. Actually, if you peered into her mind again, you probably would.
Well, I can assume. Well, that it looks something like this, and as you start to catch on to what he's saying, the room starts to change. And it seems to be along the lines of lava near the floor and bedrock that seems to have turned into the couch that you've been sitting on. And he seems to have a bone throne of very thick bone of all different types of beings, whether it be giant or mammoth, and some are very large. And you see things flying up in the sky. And even though it's kind of a very quick and almost explosive change, you don't feel any danger from this.
Neat trick. But no, this doesn't look anything like it. Actually, the people I was traveling with were human.
But human, like the two other people, the red skinned one and
The drow and the
dark-skinned one?
tiefling, yes.
That's very peculiar. So,
Sybil
like
kinda
human in
like
what sense?
Sybil kind of like whispered to Christian, like a side whisper, like, "Do you really have to give away all our secrets?"
It's fine. And plus, if he cared enough, he could peer into our mind anyway.
He's right, you know, but that would be rude. I tried my best to respect my, let's say, benefactors as much as I need to.
In the middle of your conversation, just about at this point, there's a rasp on your door.
Oh, 1 second. And then I put the room back to normal. Yes, come in.
So they keep on knocking. Dylan!
Why the screaming? You know I only like certain kinds of screaming.
Do you open the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna mage hand the door open, yeah.
Okay, so you made Chan the door open, and the person who is much smaller goes to knock on the door and falls face first. Dylon, help! Dylon, this is a familiar colleague of yours, Teacup.
Oh, you
What a
little baby,
coincidence.
you.
Who put
Come
my baby
here.
teacup in the strip club?
He
Sorry.
says, "Oh, you little baby, you
Teacup.
come here, and I'll pick him up with the mage hand."
Once I
Sorry, go ahead.
Once I see that, I'm gonna message Alan, telling him Teacup's here.
Okay. Alan, you get it's very strange, but you do get Christian's voice in your head letting you know that Teacup is in the club. If you wish to share that information with Chastity, who is waiting outside with you.
Wait, so you can respond, right, with message, you said? For the
A short
receiver?
message, a short response, yes.
The target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
And what's the word limit again?
Doesn't say.
Doesn't say,
there's
so
no word
just don't
limit.
go crazy.
So
That's
he
a
just
sentence.
he like whispers this out. Well, yeah, I guess he just whispers it a little bit louder than he should, but he's just like, Teacup. Keep an eye on them, please. And then that's all you hear.
Floating on your mage hand, Dylon, Teacup, as soon as they get close enough, jumps from the mage hand and into your arms, crying, Dylon, how did I end up in a Shido? I think I took a wrong turn. As soon as I saw that I was here, I came to find you. Oh, stop. And he starts to like choke because he goes to say Stavius' name and you remember that he can't. The master, he's gonna be so mad.
Oh, you little one. And I'll start to like scratch like right behind the ear where I remember last, where he has a nice calm kind of feel from it. So you can hopefully start to calm down. And I'll say, yes.
I would say in your arms, he starts like thumping his little foot against you.
Oh. And I'll say, well, keep in mind that is what alcohol usually does to you.
Dylon,
Have
I
you
don't drink.
have you been drinking the blue liquid again?
No.
That's a lie. I've seen him.
Who are you?
Huh?
I never saw you before.
She'll turn to Christian.
Dylon, are you seeing weird people again? Did I interrupt a sex thing? You know how I feel about that.
Well, you're the one who tried knocking on the door 90 times. I told you this at
Yeah.
least 5 times before.
I knocked politely.
You did knock politely. Thank you. You know, you could join if you want.
No, please.
I always offer.
Sybil, Christian.
Wait, Teacup's trying to leave the room?
No. Did just like
So,
in Dylon's arms.
Teacup, what have you been up to the past few days?
I'm just traveling. How do you know my name?
Well, if I didn't know it before, Dylon just said it before. No?
Dylon. They're not supposed to tell other people my name.
You were screaming in my name through the door moments ago. I thought I was fine.
Oh,
And plus,
yes.
we're the group who helped you out of that bush.
What bush?
In
The
the
bramble
forest.
bush that you got stuck in?
I didn't get stuck. I'm too quick to get stuck. I'm dexterous.
Do you perchance have any siblings?
Not that I know of.
So what, your
Oh,
mind's been
Heather?
wiped?
No, but I wiped my butt. when I poop.
Right. Really
think
need to
what
know
they would-
that.
Don will interject and he'll say, I think what they're trying to say is they might suspect that they know you from before.
Yeah, but I don't know them. I don't know them.
Hmm.
Dylon, these people are strange.
They are indeed, but that's what I like them.
Can we go back to like, I don't know. Does a club have to stay open?
No, yes, for now. After all, I'm quite curious to see what they both taste like. But, you know, besides,
That's no. Don't you think Pixano would be a little mad?
just creative freedom doesn't necessarily mean that I would do anything.
Okay. He
After
squints
all,
at you.
sometimes things around the mucous membrane can support other sorts of liquids that I use within some of my alchemical ingredients. I'm still
Yeah,
trying to
sure.
get your liquid if you'd like.
No, thank you. Teacup jumps out of your arms and like goes to sit on the couch, the casting couch, if you will.
Mm.
Hi, I'm Teacup, but I guess you already know my name. I don't know your names.
Sybil.
Hi, Sybil. And she'll show
Christian.
you. Oh, hi, Christian.
Damien would have
Okay.
a field day with you.
Who?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. So now what?
Hey, Teacup,
Yeah,
what were you doing 3 hours ago?
3
Yeah.
3 hours ago. Oh, I don't know.
Well, what do you think you were doing?
What do I think I was doing? I was crying.
Oh.
I was trying to find you.
Mm.
And then I got lost in all the legs. Shido is really busy and I'm really short.
Yes, I get lost in the legs too.
Okay, I really walked into that one.
Why are you in Nishido?
I told you I got lost. I was in Loreheart, and I don't remember how I got to Loreheart because the last thing I remembered is that I picked up the blue juice from the hag lady, and then I was in Loreheart, and then I was talking to this professor. You know that one professor? I don't think you know him, but anyway, I was talking to this one professor, and he's like, "Hey, Teacup, where you going?" I was like, "I don't know how you know me. I'm going to my master. I'm doing an errand." And now here I
Professor Kieran, you're talking to.
am. Who?
The professor you just mentioned,
Yeah.
his name is Kieran.
Oh. Yeah.
Short-term memory loss, huh? Interesting.
I have a great memory. Excuse you.
You couldn't even distinguish the continent with the planet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You have a great
Okay.
memory. What's my name?
Sybil, you just said it.
What's my last name?
You didn't tell me.
No, I'm pretty sure I did.
Don't gaslight me. Dylon!
Well, if you are here and you're quite unsure of how you got here,
I think I took a wrong turn. Oh, traveling alone is so hard.
yes, I remember that you hate that. Hey, could you just follow me, the three of you? Perhaps we should check on Teacup.
Want me to grab my friends?
If they wish to come.
Teacup's
After all,
gonna
gang's a bit funner. Anyway,
Teacup's gonna climb up and sit on your shoulder and like hold onto your hair. Dylon.
okay.
Where are you taking these two folk?
I'm going to start to head over to my main area where I work. so that way I can try and find some additional things that I have to verify Teacup's condition.
Understood. Back to Alan and Chastity really quick outside. Alan, do you relay to Chastity that Teacup is inside?
Yeah. So after back to when Christian sent the initial message, Chastity, if you were with Alan,
Mhm. Yeah.
you really quick you hear him say teacup, and then he whispers again after a second, and then once he's done, he looks towards you and he says, Christian just told me teacup is inside.
I think Chastity's been lost in thought for most of this time, so she doesn't really hear you at first, and she goes, "Huh? What?"
Are you okay?
Well, no. Are you?
Not really.
Alan, I just don't understand how they can do things like that and not have it affect them. I get where we are and what's going on, but this is too much.
I mean, we were attacked. I mean, I don't think you wanted to get hurt by them or want any of us to get hurt by them.
Of course not. I don't want any of you to get hurt, and I don't want to get hurt, but oh, I killed someone.
Yeah, we killed people.
Yeah, we did. But I don't know. I'm just gonna have to not think about it for right now. What were you saying before?
Well, we'll talk about it later. Uh, Christian just told me teacup is in there.
Teacup. In a place like that?
I don't know why or how, but that's all I heard.
Are you sure you heard him right? He does mumble.
I heard it really clearly. It was like he was talking into my head, but I heard him clearly.
All right.
And
Well,
I don't know if he heard me, but I just talked back. I don't know if he heard, but I hope he did.
magic is weird, Alan. Everything is weird and wrong, and there's a rabbit in a sex club, and now we're gonna have to go be in a sex club. So
Well, I want to wait until he says we're needed. I'd rather not be in there if we don't have to be. And I'm honestly, after getting jumped like we did, I'm a little weary.
yeah, yeah, you're right. And she's gonna lean back against the wall again.
Okay.
And then
Um,
does Christian send another message to Alan or?
Yeah. I was just gonna say with this message, feel free to join us. Feel free to join us. We're going to his workshop. We're going to the workshop, right?
yeah.
We're going to his workshop. You don't have to join, but feel free.
Now, Dylon, you would have a separate workshop or at least a room here that leads you to your workshop, and you also have your caravan store as well. So, where are you taking them in particular?
I'm gonna take him to the inner chambers of where I normally work. So it's still inside the main area. It's just more down in the basement because I need the basement for cooling. And I think I would take them to the back of my office where I have my prototypes.
Oh.
and I'm looking for something very specific.
Okay. Just for general description, it seems like at night this is when it kind of turns clubby. But when you walked in, for the group of you, you could tell that when it's daylight out, you could see where this is a normal blacksmithing looking shop, pretty much. Turned nightclub at night. So as you guys head down into the basement, the warmth and heat still lingers, but there's a coolness that sets in as you go lower and down into the stone foundation. Uh, Dylon, I'm going to say it is back to you if to describe what you're looking for and doing.
So for the majority of the path that leads to my office, it's pretty neat and clean. I like to tidy up the majority of everything except for my office. And when you go into the office, you see a lot of components that have looked like they have been altered. Like, for instance, you see like slabs of iron, cubes of iron, stuff like that, where it's all in different shapes. And you see a lot of leather pieces that are kind of thrown around, some singe marks, and other random minor discrepancies within the sake of the office itself. And I'll go near the back where it just has a cage of random things. And you can kind of see into the cage where it has, let's see, like a chess piece. It seems to have a silver jewel in the middle. You see a couple other things, but the one that he very quickly picks up is a small spherical cage, in essence. And he says, "Okay, crawl into this.
What?
This will help you. Well, this will help us help you."
He very reluctantly gets inside.
When have you ever doubted my own capability of assisting you?
All the time.
But have I ever let you down?
No, maybe
And that's
no.
how you keep a good customer.
And he gets inside.
Of course. When he gets inside, he'll close it, and as it starts to grow in size up to where it's a bit more comfortable for him, it'll also restrain him. At least, near the tummy and near the arms. Not the leg,
My
the legs.
tummy.
And it also gives the appropriate breathing holes too. So it's almost like a hamster ball for him, even though he's a rabbit. Anyway, he says, "Now, Teacup, how are you feeling today?"
I'm kind of nervous.
Can I roll a medicine check to see if his vitals are okay?
Yeah.
Are you excited to be here, Teacup?
No.
Why is that?
I don't like this. I am uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is a prototype. I have comfortability coming a bit late, much later, much later. It's hard to make these. It's 23.
Yeah, he seems in good health.
Okay. I'm going to cast detect magic on him. From there, it seems that like my eyes just kind of start to go completely out and start to get really smoky, almost as if like there's a light fire coming through here.
So for detect magic, remind me, you have to roll anything for detect magic? Or you just cast it?
I believe it's just casting,
Casting.
but let me look it up. What level spell is it again?
I
It's
can't quite remember, but he's pulling it up as well.
It's a
Yeah.
first level spell, I believe. Detect
Yeah.
magic.
correct. Yeah, one action, divination. It is for the duration you can sense the presence of magical effects within 30 feet of yourself. If you sense such effects, you can take the magic action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears the magic. If the effect was created by a spell, you learn that spell's school of magic.
What the hell is the magic action?
It's just if you use your action.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So for this, you do sense a magical aura. It's not necessarily a spell. And it definitely seems far out of the realm of your capabilities. The closest thing that it feels to it is a spell you've heard of called Modify Memory.
Mhm.
But again, not quite.
Are you saying this out loud as you do it, or
I'm a bit more worried about making sure that Teacup is calm.
okay?
So, in a very lackluster kind of statement, he says, very, very, very good. Teacup, I think I'm gonna have to draw your blood.
No, I hate needles.
If you'd like, I can get you one of your favorite snacks afterwards.
Promise.
Thank you. So I'm gonna draw his blood just in case, to see if that's just it. Sorry.
How do you draw his blood?
Oh, I just stick a needle straight through one of the breathing holes. I'm just gonna keep him at bay just in case if he hulks out at me somehow.
He does kind of let out a little yelp, and as though you draw the blood, it does look a little black.
Oh, have I ever drawn his blood before?
Probably
did
for
it
an experiment.
did it look like this beforehand or?
No, it looked like normal red blood.
Oh,
Mm.
Teacup, you've been into some dark holes, my friend.
I've been into no holes.
No, trust me, it's all right. I've been there too.
I
Um,
I
I'm gonna
see, I
keep you in
see.
there for now, so just relax and breathe and sing campfire songs.
CAMPFIRESONG song. If you think you can sing it faster, then you're wrong.
I'm going to start to put his blood in the beaker, and it's probably either going to be a mix between a medicine check or arcana to see if he's also been cursed or poisoned or anything along the lines of that.
Make those rolls for me. I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Alan and Chastity.
Hello.
You guys were leaning up against the wall when another figure comes to lean up against the wall too, kind of just tapping her foot like, how much longer is he gonna be? He said he'd be out by now.
Who is this person closer to, Chastity or Alan?
I would say she's probably closer to you because she's trying to be farther from the door.
Yeah.
If you do look over, she has light pink skin and very pointed ears.
I think Chastity turns her head and then she turns back and she's like trying not to stare, but she is a bit interested with this person who's now here.
Hold, please.
Cute.
Who's ready?
Thank you. So she's just standing there tapping her foot, and she kind of gives a sideways glance to you two. Kind of just like looks around, see if anyone else is like leaning or waiting. The crowd is getting a little thinner, but just Still busy outside, but not as many people filtering into this place. And she just looks at you and says, "Are you guys waiting for something too?"
Chastity turns to her and she says, we're waiting on some friends of ours. They had some business in there, but we figured we'd wait out here.
Business? There's only one kind of business. Well, two kinds.
Well, you know what they say. Chastity does not know what they say.
So,
Chastity doesn't not in fact know what they say.
this woman raises an eyebrow at you, and she kind of just laughs, and she says, "Are they here to see Dylon, perchance?"
I think they were gonna speak to him, and she's like wary of this person's intentions, so she goes, they're big fans. Really big. Just wanted to meet him and compliment him on his artistry.
She frowns and rolls her eyes. I wish people would admire him for his real work.
Real work? Well, what's that?
He's a creator, an inventor of sorts.
How do you know
Wait.
him? Are you close?
You could say that.
Wait,
Um,
do you mean this is when they say the Pink Pony Forge, it's actually a forge?
yeah. What did you think? It was some deviant place?
Well,
Chastity goes purple because yes, she absolutely did.
well, people in the streets, they all I heard was them say about how it's a club. That's I thought the whole
Yeah.
forge name was just some kind of I don't know.
Well, he puts on performances, sure. And he can be a tease. She laughs, and her light pink skin grows a little bit deeper. But really, people go there to drink, meet other people. It's a community place, and during the day, he sells his wares.
Are you too close? How do you know him?
She gives you the same response as before, where it's just a little dodgy. She says, "You could say that we're colleagues," and she kind of avoids your eye contact.
Chastity can't help herself because she's curious, but she doesn't want to say it. She's like, "Are you blacksmith colleagues or?"
She laughs and she says, "No, um, I'm a paladin."
Of what?
A
She tilts
paladin?
her head. "Alan,
Yes.
you have heard of paladins before. Um, when you were reading your history books, some medieval crusaders were called paladins. They usually fought in the name of God."
So like when Chastity is like says a what, Alan follows up with a paladin.
Okay. Um, she says, "Yeah, kind of." um, my mentor and Dylon's mentor work together. So occasionally we're put on missions or errands together. That's how we met. And she'll come around to the front and she'll kind of like peek inside. And she'll say, "Oh, looks like his show is over." And looks back to you. "Do you guys want to come in?"
Did Alan receive the message from Christian at this point?
Already, yes.
So he'll like he'll turn to Chastity real quick and he'll say, "Well, we might as well go in now. Might be a good idea to check on them and see how they're doing too."
She like scooches just a little bit closer to Alan and she goes, "Do we have to?"
Well, it has been a little bit. And he kind of like, as he says that, he tries to like give her like a signal of like he got another like word from Christian, like a head, like give like a head nod or something.
I think she picks it up, but she rolls her eyes when she realizes what he means. But then she just kind of goes, "All right, lead the way."
And by the way, this woman is not inconspicuous. She is wearing this bright white armor with gold accents and this like red heart in the chest piece. Um
Does her armor have any discerning symbols?
None besides the heart. On the pauldrons, it looks like there might be some other symbols that you probably aren't super familiar with just yet, but it might have been in that book you were reading at the library. Um
Okay, just a passing glance, not really looking
Yeah.
too into it.
No, yeah. So she leads you through the crowd, and to however you guys would like to feel about it. The music is still playing. It's kind of a calmer, slower music, and people are like sensually dancing with each other, but it's nothing as wild or crazy as the weird show that was put on by Dylon before. People are kind of just drinking and smoking, and it just seems like a social club. She leads you to this back door that leads to stairs that go downstairs. She looks back and sees if you guys are still going to follow.
Yeah, he's well, Alan's following. He's kind of just letting her lead and making
As the
sure
three of you,
Chastity's following.
Chastity
and as
is still following, but also she's gotten like a little bit distracted with the environment. And like before they realize they have to go downstairs, she like bumps into Alan's back.
oh, and people were definitely staring at you, Chastity. Some people were giving you like a nice, like sultry smirk. Other people just kind of winked at you. One whistled.
When she like realizes she bumps into Alan, she's like, I'm sorry, but then also like is trying to like go around the side of him and use him as like a human shield.
No, bots! Get out!
Not the boss.
Get him out.
Be gone, thought!
So you head downstairs, and at the point that you guys are just about to enter, Dylon, you said you were putting the beaker on.
Okay.
And then there is a knock at your workshop door.
Oh, mon ami, come in.
Ugh, what are you doing having customers down here this late? And and Pixana walks in.
Oh, well, you know me. I'm a workaholic. It's nice to see your wonderful features grace my presence.
She rolls her eyes at you and she says, I thought we were supposed to be going back to Ravinia tonight. I've been waiting at the caravan this whole time.
Ah, yes, I'm sorry to keep you waiting, as usual, I know. But a couple things kind of came up. Some I would definitely say more important than others, but Teacup.
Oh my god, is that Teacup?
So he's just gonna kind of like click his tongue to the top of the root of his mouth, and he's gonna say, "You know, yes, I suppose that is."
Ixana. And Chastity and Alan, you see Teacup in this like cage-like contraption, being like shackled.
I think
Teacup?
Chastity gut reaction. Oh my god, Teacup! And she like runs to where he's in the hamster ball and like kneels down in front of him.
Alan like looks.
Hi.
Is CC Christian and CC's Christian and Sybil down here, right?
Yes.
He just looks at Christian, and his eye like his eyes are a little wide.
Are you okay?
Oh, what's happening to Teacup?
Running some tests. He doesn't remember us.
He doesn't.
Well, that's nonsense. Teacup, of course you remember us, don't you?
I don't know. Who are you? Hi, I'm Teacup.
Case in point.
Seriously?
As serious as bug bite. Bug bites are serious, right, Dylon?
Well, it's serious as what might be plaguing you, so perhaps.
Plaguing him? What do you mean?
Apparently I'm plagued. Achoo.
That's right, Teacup. We found some abnormalities within, well, him.
In him?
Well, not in him. I'm sure he would not want to. Well, I mean, and I'll look back at the Teacup and was like, "Do you want me to enter you?"
Please stop it.
All right, there you go. So, just confirming what I was saying before. I have not actually entered him to perform tests, but
Chasta's
it-
like shaking her head and she's like, can you get to the point?
okay, fine. There might be something wrong with his memory and or himself in general, and I'm testing his blood. See for curses, and or anything else. By the way, I rolled for medicine check. I rolled a 26, and I got a nat 20 on that Arcana.
Nice. Okay, so medically nothing's wrong. Magically, you I don't know, I wouldn't call it a curse, but something's got its teeth in him. And it feels in a dark sense divine.
Can I also take a little bit of blood from the beaker and start running it through my hands? Does it also physically feel anything different than normal blood would?
Thicker. It feels thicker.
Mm.
Can we see that vial? Like, is it visible?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Can I roll to
That's-
see if I recognize the liquid from anything that happened recently?
Yeah.
What would I roll for that?
I'm gonna say roll a medicine check.
Okay, let's see.
Meanwhile, Alan like he sees it and he's like,
Wisdom.
"Is that his?"
Blood.
Oh yes, he donated a sample to me so I can run these tests to make sure that he's okay.
I got a
wouldn't say
10 on the
donated.
medicine.
That
A
doesn't.
nat 1?
No, I got a 10.
Oh. Okay, a 10, you wouldn't link it to the ink,
Okay.
but it does look oozy.
And what did Teacup say in response? I'm sorry.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's about right.
Sydney has
Probably.
something. Pixana would perk up and say, "Oh my goodness. Is their blood black?"
No, Teacups is not. No.
But it is. She
Currently,
puts
yes.
a smile.
And after I say currently yes, and I kind of like feel the
She, like-
texture. Yes.
No, go ahead.
I will also, just like a potion, apply some to my tongue.
Yeah, it tastes really, really bad, and you start to feel sick.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely looking like a little bit possibly along the lines of divine interference, which is not good. At
Divine.
least I assume. I have no actual theories to what happened, but there's something here.
Well, you said he lost his memories. That narrows it down a bit, but I feel like any deity could do that.
Oh,
Just what
yes.
deity would want to.
Does
It
Chastity
doesn't-
have any inclinations or sense of deja vu about the dream from the other night?
Yes. Yes, you do, Chastity.
So obviously, I know she forgot it, but like, what feelings or stuff would she still remember or like recall?
There was a fear that you had in that dream of someone talking to you, but you don't know who and you don't recall what. But you were restless because you had a feeling it was tying to whatever's happening here in this new world. And you remembered a splitting headache and a fear that you were going to forget who you were.
Mm.
And now Teacup all of a sudden is missing memories.
Yeah. Has Teacup been getting headaches?
Not that they mentioned.
I guess Chastity's gonna ask Teacup himself because she's still like right there. Teacup, has your head been hurting you?
I had like a really bad headache last week, and that's when I realized I was in Lower Heart City. And then I realized I had to go because I'm late.
Teacup, you realized you were in Loreheart City? We were there with you.
No, I don't think so.
Hmm. I think Chastity's gonna get up and she's gonna like go back over to Alan and ask, like, Alan, can I have a word with you in private?
I guess so.
Is there like a place somewhere nearby where we could go, or do we have to go like
Into
back
the
up the stairs?
corner.
Dylon, it's your workshop.
Yes. Go out into the hallway, and to the left, 2 doors down, there should be sort of like a waiting area where I allow other customers to wait. Just don't touch the statue, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
So I suppose we'll go.
Okay, we'll go to that
Alright.
waiting room.
You
Or I'll
exit out
follow
into the
Chastity, I
hallway.
guess, if she's wanting to talk.
You exit out into the hallway, which would be enough privacy unless you wanted to go somewhere a little more private than that, in which you could go 2 doors down into the waiting room.
Hallway is fine. I guess once we're there, she's gonna go, Alan, do you remember that mark that we saw in the library? The one that Christian has on his arm?
Yeah, that one I was reading about.
Yeah, what did it say in the library? Anything?
It was I think it was some kind of holy symbol. As I'm scrolling back through DMs to try to find what it was. There it is. It was a holy symbol, and it said it was for, well, it went by a couple of names, or two, that I saw in the book. One was the Mistress of Night, and the other was the Lady of Loss.
Sid, does any of this ring a bell for Chastity's like little bits of recollection from her dream?
For some reason, the Lady of Loss just strikes. Like he says that name, and you just feel your blood run cold.
So she grabs her head because she's thinking, and she starts to say, okay, I don't have anything that makes much sense, but there's a lot of coincidences lining up, and I could really use your help if we're going to be able to figure these out eventually.
Well, what coincidences?
So, in Loreheart City, that night after we left the library and everything happened with Damien, when I went to bed, I remember I had this dream, and I don't remember what was going on, but I had this fear and this splitting headache that night after we saw the symbol in the book. And after I talked to Christian, and then Teacup says he has the same headaches and he can't remember things either, and I can't remember any of the details except for what you just said. Was it the Lady of Loss?
Yeah, Lady of Loss, Mistress of Night. Either of
When you-
those?
When you called her that, I don't know, I got cold all over, and it just feels like I know something somewhere, but I don't remember. And I think it's all connected.
That, that does seem like a coincidence, but maybe it's not.
I mean, I lost memories, Teacup lost memories. We were all in the same place at the same time. And the only things it seems to be connected to are being in the library with that mark in that book.
Loss, and you can't remember a dream.
But I remember it was bad. I feel like I'm missing pieces. If we get the opportunity to research again, would you mind helping look into this?
I mean, I definitely can, but I mean, if what you're feeling is actually what's going on, then I'm a little worried about what we might be getting into. I mean, at least, I mean, if this is the cause, at least this goddess, deities, whatever, I don't know if we can really handle that.
Alan, I feel like it's too late. It's not something we can avoid getting into if it's already gotten into us.
But how would we even do anything about a deity in this world? We don't even know what gods and goddesses in this place can do. I mean, unless that a goddess is doing this.
I think we just need to find out more information, and whatever it is that we find out, I think it should stay between us.
But why shouldn't the others know? I
It's
mean,
not that I don't
if
want Sybil to know. It's not that I don't want Damien to know. I don't want Christian to know because I feel like he already knows too much. And I don't want them to tell him.
I mean, just I don't want to have to resort to that. I mean,
And why not? We're in danger.
that's why. If we're all in danger, then if we only have the information and they don't, they're at more risk. And even if Christian knows anything, who's to say he's also not at risk?
I think he is, but he doesn't recognize it. And also, if erasing memory is what this deity seems to be doing, Sybil and Damien might be safer if they actually don't know anything. Why target them then?
I can kind of understand that then.
I know it's terrible, but I just have a really bad feeling about this. We can't do nothing.
I guess you're right. The best thing we can do is at least learn more.
Right.
I wonder if at least if the center point of whatever this is revolving around deities, maybe there's something along the lines of the religion in this world that I could try to find something on to learn about it.
If you
Because
find it, I can help decipher it. I know, a thing or two about religion.
And if it is revolving around that, and I would rather have as much learned as possible.
Agreed.
Okay. Before you return, Dylon, not too long after you decide to taste the black ichor, and start to feel sick, there's a compulsion within you to stop testing. You don't have to listen to it, but you do feel like you should stop. You don't know why.
Can I get a new syringe?
Can you get a new syringe?
Yeah.
Okay, you can.
I'm gonna draw some of my blood.
It's normal.
Let science do that talk. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the beaker as well.
Okay.
Do you need more samples?
Perhaps not. I'm just, checking. When you do deeds with people, sometimes you need to check yourself from time to time.
I see, I see.
At least it's recommended, doctors and such. I'm gonna roll for that one as well, just to see.
Your own blood?
Yeah, I've done this plenty of times to myself, so I'm just trying to see any minor irregularity that I would normally not see. 32.
Wow. Okay, so it looks pretty good. It looks normal as far as you can tell without a microscope. You wouldn't be able to tell any other differences, but just kind of like looking at it, running it through your fingers, smelling it, it is pretty normal to what you're used to.
Can I equip my glasses so that way I can see much closer in?
Okay. Nothing different, no black spots. It really doesn't look like much has changed.
Very strange. One more thing. Do I still have my band that's on my shoulder? Sorry, not on my shoulder, on my hand. I don't know why I said shoulder.
I don't know what band.
Let me show you. Hold on.
Yeah, you do still have that on.
Okay, cool.
So just kind of being confused by all of this. All of you a little bit, some of you shaken up from the evening and seeing Teacup like this. Some of you a little bit more neutral, but still curious. The night continues on. I think this is a good place to pack up for the night. And next week we'll return to morning time in Ishido and continue on this mystery of Teacup's lost memories. Thank you so much for hanging in with me for
Oh
such a long session.
boy. Oh god.
I know everyone's probably pretty tired, but how's everyone feeling?
Oh god, what am I feeling?
Like I've been up since 5.
Yeah.
Second that.
Yeah. We can just I'm not even gonna draw it out. We can just close it out here. Like I said, thank you so much for sticking through. We'll come back next week and do a nice recap of everything and move on forward with everything else. So you guys get some good night's sleep, you get some rest, enjoy your weekend if you can. And we'll pick up next time. Thank you everybody for those who stayed the whole ride, and even if you didn't, thank you for tuning in the first place. And for those who are viewing this in the future, this was a long session, so thank you for sitting through it.
Right.
All
Thank
right,
you all.
everybody take care of themselves and have a good night and a good weekend. Bye.
See y'all.